Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show, where occasionally we talk about plants that aren't Japanese maples. I'm Matt, that's my brother Tim, and we make up MrMaple.com.
Did you say we're not going to talk about a Japanese maple today?
Hey, don't worry, guys. It's one of my favorite native plants. Let us know in the comment section after this video what your favorite native plant is. My favorite nativar or cultivar of a native has to be Carolina Sweetheart. Guys, this is a Cercis canadensis that is so next level. We're here in October. These things, the color's still outstanding on this plant.
The colors are outrageous on this. And you know, red buds, they're known for blooming. These trees bloom with pink purple buds in the early spring on the branches before the leaves come out. But after that show's done, you get amazing, just spectacular variegated foliage after that.
I think Carolina Sweetheart, there's a lot of newer natives and there's a lot of other Cercis, but I think it might be my favorite. This is one by our good friend Tom Rainey through his development. Dennis Werner's come up with so many amazing ones, from Flamethrower to Ray Jackson's Hearts of Fire. We offer all those here at Mr. Maple. You'll have to check them out. I got a special place in my heart for Carolina Sweetheart. Now this thing, my oldest daughter's named Carolina, so maybe that's why, but I love this plant, guys. The display it puts on is second to none. It is such a beautiful display, and it's a good sized plant. Gets out there to about 15 feet in only a 10-year span, and that new growth is some of the most electric. It's almost like you have a variegated Cercis with that white, but then that pink and almost metallic-y purple new growth going on over top of it. Maybe the most dramatic display for me.
Yeah, Dr. Tom Rainey, we did a podcast with him. You can go check that full podcast out. This was developed at his Mills River Horticultural Research Station. It's just about 15-20 minutes away from here. They hybridized Cercis forest pansy with Cercis silver cloud and got this pink, amazingly variegated tree. I know when my wife saw it, she loved it. She said, I need one for my garden.
Same mom. Mom doesn't comment on many of the red buds. She was like, I have to have that. Save me one of those now. A lot of our employees had the same reaction with their wives. They're like, please save us one. Again, it's my favorite overall as well. So it's not just for the ladies. This one I think is so next level.
I like just the pink colors. It's intense in the spring. It fades out a little bit during the summer, but you see that new growth again has that pink color to it again. Right now, you just see amazing variegation in this greenhouse, and they're rocking it out. We're here in October of 2024, and you can sort of see what the sizes of our XL 1 gallons look like.
These are going to work zone 6 through 9. I mentioned that growth rate, 15 foot in 10 years. Makes a beautiful specimen, can help shade out many of your other plants in your landscape. Flowering interest, but honestly with this one, the leaf is the flower. You get so much going on with this one. It feels like it flowers all year with that pink new growth because it has such a blossoming effect to that foliage. This one puts on such a fun display. It makes an awesome pairing with Hearts of Fire. It makes an awesome pairing with Eternal Flame, as they call it in Europe, or Flamethrower, as we call it here in America. I like Flamethrower better as a name, but it makes an awesome pairing with those. And this tree is a native that can hold its own with Japanese maples. This tree looks outstanding, and it has a place in anyone's garden who likes exceptional woody ornamentals.
Yeah, it's very unusual that Mom would say she wanted one of these because her garden is Japanese maple after Japanese maple after Japanese maple. There's not many non-maples in her garden at all. She pairs Japanese maples with other Japanese maples, and for the fact that she said, I want that red bud, that's something pretty special. The intensity that this brings to the garden, especially in the springtime, is outrageous. We'll have to throw some videos in here of these trees getting unloaded in the early spring. One of the other shipments getting unloaded, so you can actually see how intense the color is on Carolina Sweetheart. And I know Matt later, after we'd already started selling this tree, had his daughter named Carolina, and so it has a special place with Matt as well.
Oh yeah, my wife come through and was like, what if we name our firstborn daughter Carolina? And I was like, you will get no arguments from me here. Or you've already done all the work. I don't really get to pick, but no arguments from me here. I love that name. Being from North Carolina, it's just a sweet spot to us, and such a cool plant, guys. This is one, it gets almost an emotional reaction from people. I know our nursery manager at Buckholtz Farm was like, I need one of these in my garden. So the colors on it are super dramatic. It brings all the flair that you would want with a non-native from Japan. So you get all that drama, all that high intensity. It really has such a next level plant. I love it anytime I can offer a native plant, but it's not like it has to be a native plant for me. We obviously grow a lot of Japanese maples. This one holds its own even in that setting.
Now this one has a unique shape to it. It's upright and the branches are semi-cascading towards the end. So you'll get this really nice shape that fills out as it ages. And it really gives you something to really enjoy that variegation because it will fill out and get very dense. You're going to want to give your red buds at least 4 hours of sunlight to really get the most intense color on it, but really get the best growth rate and the blooms as well.
I recommend using Carolina Sweetheart as a focal point planting. This one's not going to be subtle. Like if you're a Japanese maple collector, this is the geisha gone wild of red buds. You're not making this thing hide in a landscape. It's flashy. It's a little gaudy, to be honest with you. It's over the top, and it's got everything I love about ornamental plants. This one brings it. The flowers, that's secondary to me. This foliage is outrageous. Even here in October, the color patterns you can get with this are wild. And I think they pair really nicely with deep maroon Japanese maples and yellow Japanese maples. So if you're a maple collector, think about adding Carolina Sweetheart. It can not only provide shade, give you a lot of drama in the garden, but that texture of those hearts is going to play off your Japanese maple texture a lot in the landscape.
And if you're thinking about giving this as a gift, this is a beautiful gift to a lot of people. Again, it has a heart-shaped leaf, and you get some of that pink-red color in there as well. It's just a beautiful tree for anybody's garden. And it's a tree that you're going to grow more and more love with, but it does make a statement. So make sure you put this in a garden that you want it to make a statement and steal the attention. Now,
good drainage is key for red buds, but they are a native plant. This can handle a lot of our red clay soils. It's very adaptive to most landscapes. Sun's not really a problem in most of the South for this one. I mentioned it's going to work 6 through 9, but it eats up the sun in most places and gives you even better colors. I've seen it growing in zone 5 on the side of a mountain, to be honest with you, in high elevations. We do list it down to zone 6 because that's where the patent work is at. But I have seen it pushing it on the side of a zone 5 mountain for sure, in a windy location, holding up, doing phenomenal. I love its durability, but guys, I really love its drama it brings. You're not going to find many natives that are this spectacular on the color pattern. Get it out in your garden, enjoy it today. Again, it's going to bring that focal point. So it's really going to draw the eyes in. This isn't going to be a subtle piece you add to your landscape that isn't a talking point in your garden. People are going to want to talk about this and see it. So put it somewhere you can enjoy it. You can get up in it, interact with it. Maybe even do some cut flowers in the spring or some of these stems for a vase. They're absolutely amazing and very adaptive to our soils. I mentioned it, but good drainage is really the main thing to worry about with this one. After that, it's going to do phenomenal in most of the South.
Like Flamethrower, these will sell out fairly quickly here at MrMaple.com, especially when people start coming for some of our open houses and they see these trees in person. They're often an open house favorite. If we are currently sold out of Carolina Sweetheart, fret not. Check our website out. You can actually click notify me. When this tree becomes available again, we'll notify you.
Excellent size this right now. I know at our midsummer open house, there was literally a line of people coming through this very greenhouse. We brought more in from the other farm since then, but there was literally a line of people, one in, one out. Every single person was grabbing one of these in that midsummer coloration. Redbuds are odd in that some of their best time of the year to see them is like July, August, which is fun because that foliage is actually really cool for that July, August. When everything else in the garden may be looking a little sleepier, a little tireder, green up a little bit, it's really when redbuds, I think, look their peak. So grab you one today. If you don't see it currently, like Tim was saying, sign up to get notified. These do sell out, but it is a tree we bring back frequently here on MrMaple.com.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.